Hello everyone. Today I will be applying my eyebrows. I'm showing you how I fill in the brows. My two favorite tools are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. This is dark brown. I thought I had medium brown. Suspicious. And then the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I go back and forth between the two. This is a lot thicker, so this is gonna apply a lot more product, whereas this is good for filling in hairs, which I have a lot of sparse areas. There's places I need, like especially in the front, I like to draw in hairs. Let me zoom in and just kind of show you what I do. So I always start with the thicker one, and then I start in the bottom of the brow and then make little strokes up. It's always good to start at the bottom of the brow and then work your way up. You know, apply some product there and then I take the spool end of it and brush it up, and that distributes color and product throughout the brow a little more naturally. But I work my way through it, you know, just gently always starting at the bottom of the brow and working my way back. But I always like to kind of color in a little more point. I feel like it helps lift my face a little more when I add the point. So that's as far as I go with the thick one. Now I go in with the thinner one, this little micro brow pencil, which I love for just individually creating hairs. So at the beginning, I think it's lighter. I think it's not as dark or pigmented or as intense. And I like to create hairs at the front. But usually I'll go back and forth between the brows, you know, kind of that's like the general guideline for that brow. But now I work over here and it's so hard getting brows. I guess this one I start at the middle and work my way back. It's because the front is harder, but it's so hard matching two brows. You know, both brows are different. I try, so I have a lot more sparse hairs there. So then I took the little micro brow and kind of coloring in hairs. But there's really no correct way. I think it's just good to work from the bottom up. Another good method, you can line this up on the side of your nose, and where the pin falls, draw a little line, and that's where your brows are supposed to start. That's where mine already are, but I'm just saying if yours are really uneven, or if you trimmed them too far back or something, that's a good guideline of where they should be falling on your face. I always like to point out the end. I think it's fun extending the brow a little bit. And then I love brushing the front hairs up. I like that look, a little more feathered. So usually if you're doing this for a bit, you can see it gets kind of like smudgy. The colors and the brown get kind of smudgy around there. So I like to clean it up with concealer. And that'll help it look a little more defined as well. So it's just a process. You know, I add a little on this eye, then I add a little on this eye. And sometimes if they look too dark, then I'll take just a eyeshadow brush that has nothing on it, and I'll go back and forth, and I find that helps pick up some of the dark color, and it just fluffens up my eyebrows too, which I like. I just don't like when it looks too obvious or too dramatic. You know, they're all over the place. So then I take a flat brush, just gently dip it in my concealer wand. I tap off the excess because I don't want that too intense. But then you can go and line under your brow, and then I kind of go around in a like box. And that'll help clean up and just define them a little more, help them stand out a little more. And by applying concealer, especially under here and this arch, it'll help lift your face. That's a good tip for lifting your eyebrows or creating an arch. Put it in the middle of your brow. But I just go back and forth till I think they look fairly even. And usually by the time I like stand up and look in the mirror, I'm like, whoa, they're not even. They're not even, but I don't care half the time. I don't. See, like, I feel like this is good enough, but I know when I stand up and look in the mirror, something's off. Does that one look? This one doesn't look as dark as that one. Yeah. Brows could really be never ending. So anyways, that's how I fill in my brows for the most part, but it's a lot of back and forth. And I think this is the best tool, honestly, the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Very affordable. I like it. What about you guys? Do you guys have a favorite eyebrow tool that you use, that you recommend? I think this NYX one's pretty good. And I like how little it is, so I think it more naturally fills in the hairs. Okay, I hope that looks okay. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video where I do my smoky eye. Come watch it.